Good morning. This is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Prescribed Fire and Smoke Briefing for Monday, February 24th, 2025. First, taking a look at the precipitation for the past 7 days on the left, we did have a pretty active weather pattern last week, bringing some good precipitation to western Idaho, northeast Nevada, the mountains of northern and central Utah, and western Wyoming. If we look at the past 30 days percent of normal, we can see some above average precipitation over western and southwestern Idaho, even into eastern portions of the state there, western Wyoming, and right along northern Nevada, northern Utah, and even close to average along the Sierra Front. So we do have some pretty dry areas out there. Central and southern Nevada and southern and eastern Utah are some areas we're looking at as we head into the spring, as being definitely drier than normal. Snowfall for the past 72 hours is shown here. We did see some snow over the central Idaho mountains yesterday and into western Wyoming as well. Otherwise, on the drier side for the past few days further south. Current snow info on the left here, we have inches of depth. So we can see there's a pretty decent snowpack out there over western Wyoming, western Idaho, and portions of Utah. We do even see some snow over the mountains of southern Utah, which is great. We'll see how long we hang on to that. But then looking at our percent of average snowpack here, these values have bumped up a bit in the last week with some of our recent storms, especially over western Idaho, where those values are about 130% of normal for the time of year. Otherwise, close to average for eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, northern Utah, and along the Sierra Front with some higher values over northern Nevada. Again, central and southern Utah and far southern Nevada are much below normal for the time of year on snowpack. All right, looking at the forecast today. For today, we're actually expecting some pretty warm temperatures for much of the area, especially in Nevada. Western Nevada is going to be quite warm all week, with some warm temperatures in Utah as well. We have another low pressure system moving into the Pacific Northwest, which will keep the storm track in place over Idaho for the most part. And some windy conditions along the Sierra Front. Ventilation rates are pretty good over Nevada, kind of a mixed bag over Utah. Again, looking at the transport winds for this afternoon, very gusty along the Sierra Front with gusts up to 50 miles an hour or so right along the Sierra Front there, and then some higher gusts as well over much of northern and western Nevada. Lighter winds across Idaho and Utah. Mixing heights are also pretty high over Nevada and decent over portions of western Utah. On Tuesday, we'll see that low move across Idaho, so that's when we should expect some more showers over the higher elevations of Idaho and into Wyoming. Ventilation rates improving. We could even see a little bit of precipitation further south over northern Utah, but will be quite limited. Again, warm and dry over western Nevada. Transport winds pick up on Tuesday over Idaho with that low moving through, gusty winds out of the west, and ushering in a little bit of cooler air into the eastern half of the area. Mixing heights are pretty high everywhere on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we'll see a quick ridge build into the Great Basin, again keeping temperatures warm in the mid 60s over western Nevada. Ventilation rates decreasing a bit, especially across the north on Wednesday. Transport winds are generally light everywhere on Wednesday, with mixing heights lowering across the north and west. Looking at the forecasted clearing index for the next couple of days, today it's kind of a mixed bag with higher values across the lower elevations. Tomorrow the clearing index really improves statewide with that low moving through, and then on Wednesday we'll see the values decreasing across the north with some higher values continuing across the south. 3-day precipitation totals are shown here. So again, looking for some precip to come into the western Idaho mountains and western Wyoming today into tomorrow. And again, a slight chance over the mountains of northern Utah tonight. Thursday into the weekend, we're expecting generally a dry pattern with some warm conditions across the area, especially the west. Ventilation rates are on the lower end over Idaho and Utah, with some slightly higher values over southern Nevada. More of the same is expected on Friday with generally clear skies, poor ventilation over Utah and Idaho, higher values over Nevada. There is a little low that moves inland over California, keeping things a little bit better mixed out air quality wise over southern Nevada and into portions of southwest Utah. Don't expect much in the way of precipitation from this little low. On Saturday, it continues to track further eastward in across Arizona, again keeping the ventilation rates a little bit higher over southern Nevada and southern Utah. And then on Sunday, ventilation decreasing across the area. But we do see a low pressure system developing off the California coast here. We'll be watching this guy as it moves a little bit closer to the Great Basin starting on Sunday, but more likely into the first part of next week, and could see another chance of some more widespread precipitation as we head into Monday. Precipitation accumulations for days 4 and 5. This is Thursday through Saturday. Again, calling for clear conditions, no precipitation for the second half of the work week into the weekend. The extended forecast for March 3rd through the 9th does, however, bring a little bit of precipitation and cooler temperatures back into the Great Basin. Again, expecting slightly below normal temperatures area-wide with slightly above normal chances for precipitation. So we'll take it. This concludes today's briefing. Please check back on Wednesday for the latest updates.